PTA Episode 4.
Let's go, baby.
On ice.
Let's go, baby.
Is this 4?
I'm Cole. This is 4.
Oh.
I'm Cole. We got Luke.
Buzzsaw.
This guy will shred whatever take you got. Bring it
That's
to the
right,
bank.
baby.
All right, gentlemen, but first things first, we're going to hop into the divisional round. I know we're a few days late. The games happen on Sunday. It's now Wednesday. You'll be seeing this on Thursday, but we had a snow-mageddon here in Dallas. No one could move, but
People died.
people did die, actually, I think. R.I.P. real ones, whoever did die. It's tragic, but...
People died?
I don't know. I'm just making assumptions.
Well, I'm assuming. I mean, there was a lot of water pipes busted, and insurance companies are having a fun day.
Yeah, you're going to have a couple lawsuits on your hand there, buddy.
Yeah, this guy's a lawyer, too, if you need a little pro bono. Just call him an airhead.
That's
Oh,
right.
Aaron's out there coming right now.
That's right.
But, all right, first game, we got Broncos, Patriots. I know we're a few days late, but my first thought on this game, I saw a lot of people hating on, like, the snow and the blizzard thing because it was low score and they couldn't play ball well. But, like, I thought it was badass. I've never seen a game
cool to
that
watch.
went from, like, decent weather at kickoff, everything's all fine and dandy. Then all of a sudden we get the second half and, like, you can't even see the Patriots players because they're in white jerseys.
It's definitely visually pleasing, especially at the end when they're doing the trophy ceremony and everything's just covered in snow. That's got to be really cool.
Yeah, like that's a game that like you'll see on YouTube 20 years from now and be like, oh, fuck, remember that game? That was the Snowmageddon.
Yeah, it's football weather. Like, that's playoff football weather. You have to love that. I did see a lot of people who were like,
They're hating.
oh, we're playing football in the snow where you can't actually see these guys play. It's like, that's how football's meant to be played.
That's
like,
how men play.
everyone remembers the Shady McCoy game in the snow against the Eagles when he was on the Bills. Like, that game was amazing. Or I don't know if he was on one of the two teams playing each other, but everyone remembers that game. That game was awesome to watch in the second half. That was just sheer strength on strength going against each other.
No, and I loved it too, like because it's a different game. It's like obviously your QBs are able to throw the ball. You can't even throw a screen damn near in that weather. But like just seeing like the chess match of like Vrabel like down late in the game and being like, okay, 4th and 5, we're gonna just run the ball and punt it because our defense is that good. And Jared Stidham probably can't throw the ball in this shit. And I love that and I respect that. And I think that's like one of like the small things that makes football like the best sport in the world, like the unpredictability of it. Like it was sick.
Absolutely.
No, that was a fun game to watch, especially if you love defense.
Yeah. But anyway, so one of the big calls on this game, Sean Payton up 7-0 with Stidham deep in Patriots territory, decides to go for it. Now, me personally, I like the nuts on him to go for it and say, we got a backup QB in. We're going to put our foot forward and try to go for it. But, like, the play call was bad, though. I like the idea, but I didn't like the play call.
I hated everything. You
didn't like any of it?
As soon as it was 4th down, in my head, I immediately was like, kick it. Because the Patriots had just gone 3 and out twice. They couldn't move the ball at all. You guys have been moving at will, and you have a backup quarterback against a good defense. Like, you need to get points. You could tell by that point in the game, this is going to be low scoring. I get the idea of trying to like instill confidence in Stidham in the offense, but I think you had to take the points there. Like I remember as soon as I saw them go out onto the field, I started thinking to myself, I was like, if I'm a Patriots fan, what do I want them to do here? And in my head, I was like, I would want them to go for it.
Yeah.
Because I know I don't know when they're going to get down there again. Like this offense could stall out at any moment. The only reason they got down there the first time was because they hit a 50-yard pass on 3rd and 10. Right?
Which shout out Stidham for that pass. That was a great pass.
It was an awesome pass. And then the touchdown pass after that was a great pass. But I just think it was a bad read of the game and the situation that I think the Broncos were in. I think Sean Payton should have I mean, obviously he realized the situation, but I think he should have taken heed of the potential issues that were coming. And the other thing is, no one should have known more about the weather coming in the second half than the coaches.
Yeah.
Like, they're the ones who are supposed to know.
They did say, though, that weather, like, no one thought it was going to get like it did, though.
No, but
they knew it was going to get a little hairy, but, like, they didn't know it was going to get like that.
But even if you know it's going to get a little hairy, like, another reason, take points while you're there. This is not Niners-Bears Week 15 where it's 38-42. Like, it's going to be a 3-point game. It's like first one to 16, 17 points is going to win.
Yeah.
So.
I get it going for it. I didn't have a problem with it until I saw the play call, and I was like,
play call was
I was
really
like, dude,
bad.
that was ugly. Why are we doing that right now with Stidham? Yeah, like that was like only their second or third drive of the game too. Like they were moving the ball just fine, and and you can also say like, get the touchdown while you can, while the offense is humming a little bit before the weather picks up. But I mean, it's easy to play devil's advocate there, like.
Well, and also too, that was Vance Joseph. You see, so Sean Payton said, we called a timeout. He said based off the look they had, we thought that play action was going to be wide open on the bootleg, and Vance Joseph then doubled down and they switched their look. Like last second, it was a switch up, and then they brought the house, and obviously Stidham went down. But Sean Payton literally said after, he's like, we had the look that we thought was correct.
Wait, then, Vance Joseph?
Yeah, the Broncos DC. They changed the look.
But the Pats were on defense.
The Pats were on defense. What are you talking about?
Oh, my bad. I flipped that then. My bad.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
My bad. Yeah.
Okay.
It was the Lombardi guy?
Yeah.
Okay.
Lombardi was OC. But no, Peyton said they had the correct look they wanted, and then obviously once the play dissolved, it didn't work out. But I don't know. I kind of liked it. Just putting your neck out there with a backup QB, pretty big dog, especially in the media's eyes. Like no one thought they were going to win that game, but
I will say the one thing I don't like about the context and what people are saying now about that play is, some people, it cost them the game. That's BS. It did not cost them the game.
They had a million
in
opportunities.
Any stretch of the imagination. But when you're in that position, I think as the dog at home with bad weather coming with a backup quarterback, I think you just have to take points there, especially when Drake Maye, first pass of the game should have been a pick for Drake. He threw it right into the linebacker's hands. He dropped the ball. Like, you could tell the Pats offense was out of it. They had just gone 3 and out, I think twice. It might have been 3 times at that point. You knew that they weren't going to be coming and dropping 30 points on you. So points were going to be very valuable to come by.
Yeah,
so
he finished with less than 100 passing yards. He did not.
But the thing is, and I know I keep going back to the weather, but like that weather really was all-time bad. And
for a quarter and a half.
And also, too, like with Drake, I've seen so many people, and we talked about this a little bit earlier, but Drake Maye not putting up numbers. 68, I think he had 68 pass yards. Or my bad, 86 pass yards, 65 rushing yards. But the thing I appreciate and that I love, and Tony Romo said this constantly on the broadcast, is he goes, Drake Maye, if they are going to win this game, he's going to have to make off-script, most likely running the ball. And because that's how bad the weather was, dude. Like, you couldn't throw the ball out there. It was damn near impossible in the second half, at least. First half, he looked pretty bad. But just for a year 2 quarterback, in my mind, to be able to, like, pick up on those small plays and go rush for it. Even the play, so right before halftime, they didn't convert the field goal. It was like a 56-yard field goal. But right before halftime, Drake Maye, they're in like a 3rd and 6. There's like 7 seconds clock. He scrambles out. He slides it exactly 1 second. You see Vrabel on the sideline right by the referee. Timeout immediately. Like those two, the wavelength they're on to get that off, that's a 9 out of 10 teams are not the clock's going dead. Where Mike McDowell with Dak and Mike McCarthy, Spike, that clock's going dead. Like the chemistry that showed is crazy. And I know that's a stat or anything gets talked about. Like that alone, I was like, holy shit! Like these guys are on it. Like his IQ for a year 2 QB is insane.
Yeah, it's spectacular. And like I don't want to kill Drake Maye for winning a road AFC Championship game in Denver, one of the hardest places to play in the league. But at the same time, heavy is the head that wears the crown. Like we want to talk about Drake Maye as the next guy. We want to talk about him as putting him into the Josh Allen, Joe Burrow, Patrick Mahomes class. That's what comes with it. Do I think he played a horrible game? No. Did he play great? No. But a lot of the times when that happens, when you're that guy, when you're Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes, you get a lot of crap and people start picking. They start minutely going at your game and picking it apart. So I'm not too upset with the discourse around Maye. I don't think he played that well. But like you said, he did enough to win the game. Now, they didn't have to do much because the offense for the Broncos did nothing after 2 drives. But I think the biggest thing you take away from him was, especially going from the Texans game, he has 3 fumbles, multiple turnovers. You knew going into that Broncos game, you can't turn the ball over.
Yeah.
If you don't turn the ball over, you play smart football, we'll win the game, and that's what he did. He did his job.
And that's what I think is most impressive. Is just like he's a kind of quarterback to where he's not going to go, even though he might win the MVP this year. He's not the kind of guy that's going to go into those conditions in Houston or Denver, whatever, and say, "Oh, I'm going to try to throw for 303 touchdowns today." He's going to look at every variable in every condition, the defense, the personnel, the coaching staff on their side, and say, he plays just winning football. I don't remember a year 2 quarterback that played this level of just like purely winning football, and that's something to be said. Like, the stats don't show it, obviously, but just winning, high IQ, clutch moments, making the right calls, sliding when you need to, throwing the ball away when you need to. And I mean, look at the, for example, is a guy like C.J. Stroud the week prior, like for what he did, and he's a year 4 QB, or year 3.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it's just nuts, the IQ and the brain that he has on him at this early of a stage.
It's almost what you said. He's just so good at protecting the ball. Like, he has pocket awareness.
Well,
he
the
knows to
week
get the ball
prior,
out
he
quick.
was not protecting it.
Yeah, but I mean that was a lot of those were on a lot of runs too. You know what I mean? Like, they were just getting punched out because that defense was brutal. That Texans defense.
He takes a ton of sacks too.
Yeah,
and he took a ton of sacks in the Texans game, and the Broncos did sack him 5
he
times.
doesn't take it,
but he didn't put the ball on the ground.
I mean, they had the second least sacks in the regular season.
In the playoffs, though, he was taking sacks left and
playoffs,
right.
though.
And
they were playing great defense.
I mean, his
his
pocket
played
awareness is really good.
That's one thing too, is he's not getting credited for playing like 2 of the best. Okay, wait. Who have they played? They played the Texans.
They played Chargers, Texans,
The Chargers
Broncos.
I mean,
have a great defense,
that's
too.
top 8 defenses.
3
in the
top 8
NFL.
defenses. That
And 2 fucking.
that doesn't get talked about enough.
No, and that's my biggest thing is like, and that's why I think he can go out and put points on Seattle, because he's going to have a nice sunny, or hopefully sunny day in San Francisco versus, a blizzard and a mud bath in these last 2 games. And I mean, we saw Drake May put up points all year, man, and we've seen him play well against good defenses. If Will Campbell and that line can hold up, I think he'll put up points.
Yeah, he's probably playing the second best defense he's played this postseason in Seattle. So.
Do we have any other takeaways from that game?
I just wanted to briefly mention Will Campbell. That dude has some really good PR. Like, I don't remember the last time a rookie tackle. He's been bad in the postseason. I mean, I know he didn't give up a sack.
He was good in the regular season.
He was
though.
fine in the regular season.
And he's going against all. Like,
I know he's
tackle's
a rookie.
a hard position to transition
It's a hard
into.
position to play, but dude, tackles get railed in the postseason when they
He's
don't play
gotten
well.
railed
Like,
this postseason for his play.
Pretty much everyone has just been like, he's a rookie.
Because they're winning.
He's doing his best.
They're winning.
I know.
He's been their worst player.
He's got some good PR. Like,
well, I'm just saying, like,
he should be getting more heat than I
he'll
think
get it. He'll get it when they lose.
Winning solves everything.
Yeah.
If the Patriots dropped that game to Denver, I guarantee you, Patriots Reddits would be going down his throat trying to fucking kill him. Like,
yeah.
I mean, that's just the reality of it. If you win, all of the faults kind of just get dissolved, and we won. So like,
yep.
But
I think the only other thing to say is I feel sick for you if you're a Broncos fan. Like,
that sucks.
It's just horrible. Like, you had so many chances to win that game. There's a million different things that if just one had gone your way, you probably win.
It sucks, but
everything went the wrong way.
If you're a Bronco fan, though, 2 years ago and you get Bo Nix and bring in Sean Payton, if you were to say, hey, and regardless of the QB, we're going to be in the AFC Championship in 2 years,
it'd be the 1 seed.
They think they'd be pretty happy. And I feel like Broncos, like going forward, we have our guy at QB, we have Sean Payton, we have a badass defense. Like they'll be fine. They're going to be a fun team for a bit.
And that Bills game too. Obviously, you saw Bo Nix.
Oh, Bo Nix, he was one of the best games of his career.
Yeah.
All right, game 2. A lot of people called this game
the real Super
Bowl.
Bowl.
I don't know. I think New England may have something to say about it, but Seahawks win 31-27. Sam Darnold shut up everybody, including us, balled the hell out. Seattle's defense made some big key stops late in the game, even though Stafford was moving the ball pretty well. Both these teams had a crucial play. L.A. muffed punt on the fumble. Or muff the fumble.
Muff the punt to
muff
fumble.
the punt. Seattle goes to Bobo for the touchdown. But then later, we get the flag on Reek Woolen, and then Stafford dots Puka in the corner. So those kind of like cancel out in my mind. But, I mean, what are our thoughts on this game? This was an awesome game. I think Sam Darnold really is the show here, man.
There's so many different things to talk about with this game. But, yeah, I mean, first and foremost, Sam Darnold shut everybody up. He played the best
He
game of his
shut me the
career.
fuck up.
He shut me up. I have
Yeah.
been doubting him
I have too.
since Minnesota when they were 13-3 or 14-3. I have not thought I didn't even thought he's a top half quarterback in the league until this past game. And he played the best game of his career on the biggest stage he's ever been in. He went toe to toe with arguably the best quarterback in the league this year and beat him. That's the one thing, like, I would have never thought that Sam Darnold could outplay Matt Stafford in a game like this when Stafford plays amazing. Like, obviously Stafford has 3 interceptions, like, whatever. He can outplay him in that game. But when Stafford's on and he's throwing for 350 yards and 3 touchdowns, if you were to tell me Sam Darnold actually can outplay that and then beat him in the same game, I would have called you a madman. And he did that, and he shut everyone up.
And that's the crazy thing too. It's like it's not like if you would have told me Seattle beats LA going into that game, before the game, I would say, okay, Seattle's defense dominated. Kenneth Walker churned off $150, probably low scoring. Maybe, Stafford had a few picks here and there, but they won because of Sam Darnold.
Yeah.
And like his poise in the pocket, his pocket awareness has taken another level. Like a lot of these young QBs, in Shedeur Sanders, for example, the pocket breaks down, they run back like you're in Madden, they don't know what to do, they run out. His pocket awareness from now at this point is elite, and his arm has always been elite, and his IQ now is following forth, and that's what we're seeing in real time.
And he's got the confidence.
Yeah, and like also too, he's a sneaky athlete. He's not a Lamar, obviously, but he's got a Mahomes Burrow type of athleticism to be able to evade and escape and get extra yards on his legs if he needs to. And I mean, dude, yeah, like if going into this season, if you would have told me he would have done this, I said buy a lotto ticket. Like, I mean, it's crazy what he has done. It's remarkable, truly. Yeah. Like,
they've been saying for a while, I mean, what he just needs is to play consistently good football so he can just build up his confidence, because the talents, even at USC, he'd have stretches where he just looked like he wasn't playing with confidence. And then, I mean, yeah, it seems like finally that now that he has a good team around him, and, he's been through enough good coaches that have taught him enough to where he's able to grasp the game, better. Mm-hmm. It's really cool to watch, though. I agree. It's a great comeback story. He should be.
Now, I have a question.
Did he win comeback player of the year last year?
Is this a potential dynasty?
The Seahawks?
Yeah.
No.
No? Why not?
I think there's too much competition.
I think the NFC's too good. I think this was an all-time down year for the AFC when you had, the 4 best quarterbacks in the league. 3 of them were out of the playoffs, and the other one had the worst team he's had in the last half decade.
There were some good teams in the NFC that didn't even make the playoffs.
I still have a little doubt with Sam Darnold. It's just gonna be there until I don't know when it's gonna be. I mean, if he balls out again next season, then I think we're just.
What if he balls out in the Super Bowl?
I mean, if he balls out in the Super, I don't know. It's just hard, especially in the NFL, to have a dynasty. It's pretty damn hard.
It's hard to do, but
it's a hard cap.
For
Seattle's
reference,
team is young, but they're all going to start getting paid in the next few years. Like, you can't keep these guys together, so it's just
they would, because of the Sam Darnold contract that John Schneider got for an insane deal. Sam Darnold is currently the 18th highest paid quarterback in the league. They have over actually $70 million in cap room going into next season. They're one of the top teams in cap space.
They have a lot of rookies and stuff.
I know they have young guys, and they have some guys on defense need to get paid, but they're not a team that we look at like the Niners or one of these teams like, oh my God, they're cap strapped, their QB's getting paid, they have all these guys coming up, they're going to get paid. Like, this team has a lot of, we look at from a front office perspective, they have a ton of financial flexibility going forward. Yeah. Sam's on a 33. He's making 33, I think, is his cap hit for the next 3 years. He signed 3 for 100. So, I mean, that might be the best contract in the NFL right now. And when he signed that, we all said, John Schneider, what the fuck are you doing? He's just shitting in our face right now.
No, I don't think anyone was that.
I didn't like. No, I hated it. I was like, what? I thought it was a joke.
I thought it was almost just like the Vikings re-signing him almost.
Because my thing is, I was like, okay, Kevin O'Connell and the Vikings coaching staff is one of the top in the league. They're so smart. They don't miss a lot. And I said, okay, he was in their house and they let him go for $33 million, a cheap quarterback deal. Well, I thought that was the sign that said, okay, Sam Darnold's really not this good. Now he's doing this.
There's another big factor in this when we're talking long-term. I don't know if Clint Kubiak's going to get a job this year because the jobs have filled up, and the only 2 jobs that are left are the Raiders and the Who's the other one? It's the
Card-
Raiders and the Cardinals.
Cardinals.
Two horrible jobs.
I think he's probably going to take the Raiders.
But yeah, I mean, there's a good chance the Raiders are holding out for him.
Yeah.
I mean, we've seen what happens with Ben Johnson leaving and Kellen Moore leaving and like these prime offensive coordinators when they leave, what happens to an offense. Like, I understand he was with Kevin O'Connell last year and he was fantastic. Clint Kubiak's a fantastic offensive coordinator. And so whether Clint Kubiak leaves this year or next year, that's going to have a big impact on this offense and with Sam Darnold. And really outside of JSN, I know you guys are really high on Kenneth Walker, but they don't have a ton of talent at the skill positions outside of JSN. Like they've got two good backs, they don't have a tight end,
But they got cap and draft picks, and there's no one in the last 5 years. No one better has been drafting at John Schneider.
No.
In the last, I think he got Charles Cross, JSN, Devon Witherspoon, Byron Murphy, and Gray Zabel.
Yeah.
Five studs in his last 5 first round. I mean, this guy's turned into maybe the best GM in all of football, maybe above Howie Roseman.
Yeah.
And it's just his shrewd free agency signings, getting DeMarcus Lawrence, and say what you want about Cooper Kupp, but I mean, they don't win that game against the Rams without Cooper Kupp.
No.
So,
they don't.
Cooper
I
Kupp?
mean, he makes plays.
One other thing I want to say about Darnold, too. Brady brought this up immediately on the broadcast. That first deep throw to Rashid Shaheed. That, honestly, I think could be one of the biggest what-if throws because Brady talked about it immediately. Like, when you hit that deep pass down the field, 30, 40 yards, especially on the sideline on a go route, early in the game, he's like, you stand 9 feet tall. He's like, you feel like you can now make every throw and your confidence goes through the roof. I think that throw literally I think every nerve Darnold had in his body, as soon as he makes that throw to Shaheed, he's like, I got this.
Yeah.
I can do this. And I think you saw that then throughout the entirety of the game, everything stemming from that monster throw at the very beginning of the game that got them a touchdown.
Yeah, like it's just about confidence with him.
But what if he throws a pick on that play? Like what if he doesn't hit that throw? Like who knows what happens? But him making that throw, I think, set the stage for a legendary performance for him. That's a career-defining moment for him.
Yeah, I do too. It's fucking remarkable. How are you not a fan of Sam Darnold at this point?
You have to.
It's such a fun, just feel good comeback story. But all right, well, are we all good there?
Yeah.
Well, we got to talk about the Rams, right?
Yeah. Or what do you got on them?
I think there's a lot to talk about on the Rams. First, I think that game was a microcosm of their entire season.
Yeah.
They, at times, looked like the better team. They looked like the more dominant team. They looked like the more talented team. And subtle mistakes and unforced errors cost them a Super Bowl. And I think we've seen that throughout the entire season, from week 3 when they were up 20 points on the Eagles going into halftime and they blow that game, from the Panthers game in week 12 or whatever that is, to the 2 playoff games that they barely won, to this game. I think we've seen these signs from this team all year long that, yes, at times they're probably the best team in the league, but they've never been able to put it all together. They've never been able to just keep their foot on the gas every second of the game for 60 minutes, and I think it finally came back to bite them in a game where I think they were the better team at the end of the day.
Do you think that's more on coaching or the players?
No, I don't agree with that. I think the better team, Seattle's a better team from top to bottom.
I think the Rams are.
No, the roster. If we go roster, roster. Seattle's got a better roster.
I understand. Like if we want to go like position by position, they probably have better players. The Rams, when they want to be, are the better team, and I think we've seen that in the 3 matchups this year. They just make unforced errors, and they have lapses of concentration that the Seattle doesn't have, and it cost them in the Week 15 game, and it cost them in the postseason.
You got to give credit to Seattle's defense, man. Like they held up, and I know Seattle's defense is great. It's not one of the best we've seen. It's a really good defense though, and that 4th and 4 play, McVay goes for it. They hold up. That's a play that game on the fucking line.
Yeah,
their young defense held up, and Sam Darnold made the plays he did. And even if we're going back and looking at after the Rams don't get that, Seattle gets the ball back.
5 minutes left. Or
the
4 minutes
fucking
left.
nuts on Clint Kubiak on second down to call a bootleg play action.
Bro, he did it multiple times.
And no, I know, but you remember it was I think it was when there wasn't a lot. It was over the 2-minute warning was still above. I think Rams had one timeout, and the broadcast is Brady's going. They just run this out. They'll get the ball back with 20 seconds, and Kubiak calls a play action, and they get a flag, a PI on it. But the fucking nuts that showed, I think it showed just like if he's gonna be a head coach, I think that's him saying this is how I'm gonna coach. I'm going to be ruthless. I'm going to go for it. I'm going to be aggressive. And I honestly love that because if he doesn't do that right, the Rams they got the ball back with 25 seconds. If he doesn't do that and they stop him the third down, all of a sudden Stafford gets the ball back with over a minute. And who knows what happens then. That call might have won them the game right there. Right there.
Could have.
Yeah,
it very well might. I mean, they would have had over a minute. We've seen Stafford with 30 seconds back in the days get a touchdown with no timeout.
Just to play devil's advocate on that for a second, though, it didn't work out because the play worked. It worked out because the corner.
There was a flag. The
corner held the receiver.
Yeah, but you can't. There was a flag.
No, I know. I'm not killing him for it. I'm just saying, like, I don't think it was an all. I mean, I don't think it was an all-time genius move. I think he kind of got bailed out on it. Because the play didn't work.
But there was a flag. Like, the play might have worked if there wasn't a flag. But I'm just saying, like, that's just another microcosm of a type of call, like I was saying with the Drake Maye sliding earlier, like to where, like, that it's the small details that shift the game. Because if that doesn't happen, the Seahawks may not even be in the Super Bowl.
And that's what I'm saying about the Rams. I think that's what they've been lacking. And I think that falls at the feet of McVay. And it's the little things like calling the timeout instead of throwing the challenge flag.
Well, no. You know why he didn't? No, they would have gotten charged both timeouts.
No, what I'm saying is he shouldn't have called the initial timeout.
Oh, and just
because if you just throw the flag, you're losing the timeout anyway. He knew immediately. As soon as he called that timeout, he goes, oh, shit. Because he knows now he can't challenge.
They said, though, that wasn't going to get overturned regardless. So it wouldn't
I don't know.
They were pretty damn sure on it. So, like, it didn't change anything.
They're always going to say that.
That's still a move that Sean McVay, he can't do that. He knows to throw the flag there. As soon as that happens, you drop the red flag.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. He should have. Is how much we respect him and how great of a coach. He shouldn't have even. He should have just said, with the situation we're in, red flag. If we don't burn it, we burn one time out.
Right,
Instead,
and you stop
he burns the
anyway.
one time out, and then he's going to potentially burn a second.
Can't.
And then they had to have that last time out on deck.
And then he can't.
So.
But and like I said, I just think those little details that you're talking about with the Patriots in Seattle, I think that's what's cost the Rams.
No, it is. And then
the season when I think they're probably the best team in the league. I really do.
I don't.
I just think they are. Now, Sam Darnold played the greatest game of his life, and he beat him fair and square. So that's what happens. The last thing I want to say on the game, that drive where you're talking about 4th and 4 that they didn't get it.
You going for that?
That was
kicking
one.
It?
No, I'm going for it.
You are.
That drive though, it was like an old 12 play,
good drive
81
until the end.
That was one of the best drives I've ever seen. Like the execution
you can't
on that.
Say that. They didn't get it.
I'm just saying, like when I was watching,
they didn't even
no,
convert
dude,
it.
Best execution ever.
No, when I'm
they didn't even
that
get
never
it.
was.
I understand they didn't
It was a
finish
turnover
it.
on down.
I'm just talking about the execution up to that point. I was so impressed with that. That was one of the best drives I've ever seen someone move the ball in that situation consistently down the field. Every play, 5 yards, 6 yards, 10 yards.
Yeah.
No negative plays, no mistakes. It was beautiful football.
That's the Rams, though.
Until it wasn't.
That was the Rams' season. That drive was their season.
That's my point. At times, it looks like the greatest thing you're seeing, and then it falls on its face.
Just has a hiccup,
Yeah, and that's my point.
And then,
I agree with you on that one.
And then it's like, shit, McVay, like, what are we doing? But
yeah, because that's on him. I mean, and if he wants to be the best coach in the league, he can't be.
But
I
like going back to that 4th and 4 call. I mean, I would have gone for it too. If Seattle gets a full one possession game, you got to go for it. And I mean, hindsight's obviously 2020. But I favor more aggressive play calling, especially in today's NFL. Not like Dan Campbell-esque, but like on a scale like that. I think you go for it. You have the MVP in your mind in Matthew Stafford. You have Puka, Devontae. Like, you should go for that. But that's just push comes to shove. Seattle's defense showed up, and the Rams faltered. And I'm personally very excited to see what happens next season with it. especially with the NFC.
Have you seen people? I haven't seen anyone kill McVay for going.
No, I haven't. No,
I think that was the clear. That was the clear call.
Yeah, people
Yeah.
have crucified Sean Payton for
Sure.
Sean Payton, he fired Lombardi after that. Did you see
That's
that?
crazy.
But
honestly.
I've seen he fired Lombardi,
So
but
they
more
could
people are saying
promote-
Davis Webb.
Yep.
Their QB coach.
Well, I saw Davis Webb is in.
He's had some head coach interviews.
He's getting head coaching interviews.
yeah, but they
Yeah, so they promoted him to
apparently they
coordinator.
fired Lombardi so Webb could be the OC and he can keep him in house. But
for a year.
yeah, all right.
Yeah, he'll get another job.
Are we all good on those?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, break. All right, we're back from break. We have a tier list here. So how does Seattle stack up to Super Bowl winning teams since 2000? We have 5 tiers and 10 teams. All right, your first team we're going to go with the 2024 Philadelphia Eagles, 17-3, 7th ranked scoring offense, 2nd ranked scoring defense, 6 Pro Bowlers. What tier are they going in? Keep in mind that all these teams are all obviously Super Bowl winning teams since 2000, or my bad, since 1999. Badass teams.
This is Philly from last year.
This is one of
last
the
year's
most
Philly
stacked
team.
teams ever.
The talent on this team is insane. They also
Lived up
dominated
to the,
through the playoffs, and they lost one game since week 4.
I mean, they killed the Chiefs in the playoffs. I almost want to put them in GOAT. I think they could go head to head with because they also had really good coaching that with Kellen Moore and Fangio on both sides.
GOAT, though? There's been a lot of good Super Bowl winning teams.
I mean, who's the GOAT team, Super Bowl winning team of the? Maybe the Seahawks in 13.
I think I'd maybe even take the Eagles against them.
I mean, honestly, the sheer talent of that Eagles
They didn't
team
have 1 week. Their weakest player was Jalen Hurts.
who dominated in the. Who's a great player.
I'm down to put them in the GOAT category.
Honestly, I am too. I think we can argue that team against almost anybody.
Let's do it.
In the GOAT, wow. First team in the GOAT.
Yep.
23.
Okay.
Philly.
Can we only put 2 teams in each?
No, you can put them however the hell you want.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, then I'm very cool with that.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I did not think you were going to put them there. But, all right, your second team, let's go with Tampa Bay in 2020 with Brady, 15-5 record, 3rd offense, 8th defense, 1 Pro Bowl, Jason Pierre-Paul. That was it. They beat Mahomes in the Super Bowl. D-line caused havoc.
They got really hot at the end of the year. They started 7-5 and then ripped off 5 games going into the postseason. They had Brady.
Brady did his thing in the playoffs. He was solid. He didn't do anything insane.
A lot of close games, though.
Great
in the
defense. Yeah.
NFC playoffs.
I like very nice. I like it. Very nice.
Yeah, I like very. I mean, they were a great team. They destroyed the Chiefs in the playoff in the Super Bowl. But I think the Eagles' talent is night and day.
Exactly. That's why I
compared to that.
agree.
Oh, especially on the
Because
defensive
this team
side
just
of the
got
ball.
hot at the right time.
Yeah.
And they just had Brady, who was the perfect guy to.
Was
join
that
team.
2020?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Let's go with the 2019 Chiefs. They went 16-4 overall, 5th ranked scoring offense, 7th ranked scoring defense, 6 Pro Bowlers. Obviously, Mahomes, Tyreek, Kelsey, the whole deal.
I almost want to put them in the middle between those two. But also, who all was on that team? I know they had Chris Jones in his prime.
This was arguably the best Chiefs team.
Tyreek.
Oh, and Kelsey.
Mahomes was a monster this year.
The O-line was really good that year too, right?
This is the year Mahomes threw, or not 50.
No, that was his
but
first year.
Yeah.
He was still fantastic. Who did they? I think that's the year they beat the Bills for the first time.
They beat San Fran in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, I know that, but that's San Fran. I mean, they were down 10 points in the 4th quarter of that game. That's the Wasp game.
Yeah.
You have Mahomes though. You've got Andy Reid,
And that's whenever their offense was humming. Like, I think that was Mahomes' MVP, second
Yeah.
MVP year.
and to be fair, that San Francisco team was insane.
Yeah.
that they played.
I think we put them in almost had it game.
Yeah, I like that.
So 19, KC.
Yep.
Okay, let's go with old Mike McCarthy, Aaron Rodgers, the 2010 Green Bay Packers. They went 14-6, wild card team, 10th ranked scoring offense, 2nd ranked scoring defense, 8 Pro Bowlers, the most that are going to be on this list.
They had like Clay Matthews,
8
that
Pro
guy on the
Bowlers.
McAfee podcast, AJ Hawk. Who
I
else
mean-
do they have on that team?
Pull it up. Greg Jennings, Donald Driver,
Jordy Nelson,
Jordy, I
obviously
think, was
Rogers.
young.
I feel like they're more
Yeah,
near.
Donald Driver, Greg Jennings, Chad Clifton, Pro Bowler, Clay Matthews, AJ Hawk, Charles Woodson, Tremont Williams, Nick Collins.
I feel like they're closer to that.
Now
Bucks team.
that team was actually 8-6 going into the last 2 weeks of the year.
Yeah, they made the playoffs at 10-6.
Yeah, and then they won the last 2 games to sneak in as a wild card team, and then they were really good.
They went on a run. They won a Jerry World that year.
So
it kind of reminds me of the $20.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
Yeah,
Somebody's got to go in these bottom tiers, boys.
I was gonna say I'd also be good to put them in solid because, like you said, I mean they were almost.
yeah. I'm fine with them in solid, honestly.
All right, what year was that again?
2010 Packers. All right, your next one, we got the 2021 LA Rams. Obviously, Stafford, Kupp, McVay, Aaron Donald went 16-5, eighth ranked scoring offense, 15th ranked scoring defense, 4 Pro Bowlers.
That one I think is bottom or solid.
Yeah, I'd go solid for that one because they had Aaron Donald and Jalen Ramsey running that defense. That team was so top
Outside of
heavy.
them on defense, they didn't have.
They were
much.
very top heavy on the whole roster.
Yeah, I mean, the numbers show at 8 and 15.
They still had Whitworth at tackle.
They also played
a weak Bengals
a one-hit
team.
wonder Bengals team in the Super Bowl that shouldn't have even been there. It should have been the Chiefs.
So do you think solid or bottom of the barrel?
I kind of want to go bottom of the barrel. Like, I mean,
The only thing stopping me is Aaron
I think that
Donald.
Rams team's worse than this current Rams team.
I do
honestly.
too. And remember the first game of next season? They played the Bills on Thursday night, and the Bills fucking crushed them. Like, and I know the team wasn't exactly the same. I think Andrew Whitworth was gone, but I just don't. That team, that whole year was kind of a weird year with the Chiefs
after
not
COVID.
being there.
Yeah,
Like
Cooper
I think
Kupp had the fucking.
that was Cup's
Triple crown.
year. I mean, because the Bengals, I think, got in at either 10-7
That's
or
when OBJ
9-8.
was kicking for him.
Yeah, OBJ was really good in that
He
Super
was.
Bowl.
Yeah, let's put him at the bottom.
Yeah,
what
let's
year
go
was that?
bottom.
2021. All right, your next one, we got the 2015 Denver Broncos, 15-4 record, 19th ranked scoring offense with old man Peyton Manning, 4th ranked scoring defense, 6 Pro Bowlers. This team was obviously dominated and highlighted by the defense.
We should go very nice or solid.
I kind of want to go solid. Their offense was bad.
It was so bad.
I almost want to go bottom. Like what? Like, are we gonna get a team that had a worse offense?
They beat Brady in the AFC, and then they beat Cam Newton in the Super Bowl.
I know, but they're all.
No, I'm just saying.
Peyton Manning was
He was terrible that year.
horrible that year. Like, it was an all-time defensive season. That defense will go down as one of the best defenses of the 21st century. But I don't want to put them at. I definitely don't want to put them above solid. I'm fine solid or bottom.
How many shittier? There's got to be some shittier. Super
A
Bowl.
Giants team.
Yes,
If I
I think we
put
go
him on here.
solid because that
All
defense
right.
was so good, and,
Let's
and
go solid.
the offense around Manning was still amazing. It was just Manning that sucked.
Manning was bad.
Remember, like Osweiler played a couple games and did really
He
good,
was
and,
fantastic.
Osweiler got him there, damn near.
and
Yeah.
then he got a freaking contract because of it.
Yeah.
So
All right.
15.
Your next one, we got the 2013 Legion of Boom, Seattle Seahawks, 16-3, 9th ranked scoring offense, number 1 defense, 6 Pro Bowlers. This team was obviously highlighted by the Legion of Boom. Richard Sherman, Cam Chancellor, these boys went crazy on defense.
Goat.
I'm cool with that.
Goat.
That was such an amazing team and so
They-
fun to watch.
Throttled the Broncos in the Super Bowl, and that was the Peyton Manning year where he threw like 54 touchdowns and 5,000 yards, and they absolutely obliterated them in the Super Bowl. Yeah.
So you got 2 GOATs.
Yep.
Okay. Your next one, we're going to go with this year's Seahawks team. 16-3, 1st ranked scoring offense, 3rd ranked scoring defense, 6 Pro Bowlers. So far, of the teams we've listed, this team has by far the best offensive and defensive scoring rankings.
Now, a lot of their offensive points this year have come from defensive plays or special teams.
Not a lot. I mean, the special team's not a ton. I mean,
they've scored a lot
Still
of
gotta tip
defensive
your cap.
touchdowns. No, I mean, they're fantastic.
I'd say almost had a kid.
I mean, they haven't even won the Super Bowl yet.
Right?
Yeah, this is predicting, so obviously.
I kind of want to go bottom, but given their stats this year, their record, their
You got to go at least very
dis-
nice.
Yeah, I'm fine with the very nice. Although, man, I think the 2010 Packers would beat them, but
Team the 1999 St. Louis Rams, 16-3, first ranked scoring offense, second ranked scoring defense, 7 Pro Bowlers. One of the most dominant teams we've ever seen.
I think we put them in GOAT. I mean, they had
Are
the
they?
second ranked scoring defense. They're the greatest show on turf. You had Kurt Warner, Marshall Faulk, Torrey Holt.
Who was on that defense?
No idea, but it was the number 2 defense in the league.
I don't know enough about him to put him in the GOAT.
They were one of the best teams ever.
Let's just put him in the GOAT then. Darn nabbit.
Yeah, I think they belong in the GOAT.
All right, your last team, the 2009 Saints, 16-3. Best offense in the league, 16th ranked defense, 7 Pro Bowlers, Drew Brees, Sean Payton, Marquise Colston. You know the story.
I think we go solid. That team was a dog to the Colts. And they won off that pick 6 at the very end. I know they were a great team, but
Let's do it. That is perfect with me.
yeah, I think we just go solid.
Okay. There it is. Your tiers. Are we going to tiers list? Where does Drake Maye's playoff run / second season rank among QBs in their second season all time?
Okay.
First one, Burrow.
I mean, would you rather have Burrow's second season or Drake Maye's? I feel like Drake had a lot more help. It was literally just Burrow and Chase that carried the Bengals there pretty much.
I had T.
T is good too.
I mean, I don't think. I mean, might win MVP.
Yeah, that's why because I'm like I would have rather had Joe honestly, even still, but
I still think I'd rather have Joe's.
me too. Let's put him in GOAT.
Yeah.
Let's put him in GOAT.
GOAT,
He was
wow.
so good that
Yep.
year. He still is so good.
Oh, man. I don't know if y'all are understanding the GOAT thing.
We'll see.
Okay. All right, your second one. Lamar Jackson, 2019, 13-2 MVP, lost to Tennessee in the divisional round. Dominant regular season, playoffs, obviously.
Very
Shit his
nice.
pants.
Very nice.
Yeah.
I mean, I think you could go solid even because of how bad he was in that postseason, but he took the league by storm.
Yeah. He won the
So,
MVP.
Yeah.
All right, very nice.
Yep.
All right, third one, Patty Mahomes, 2018, 12-4 record, MVP season, over 5,000 yards, 50 touchdowns, and lost to Tom Brady in the AFC Championship.
Same thing as Burrow.
I think you got to go GOAT.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think any second-year quarterback's ever thrown for 5,000 yards and 50 touchdowns.
I agree.
All right. Your next one, Kurt Warner, 1999, 13-3 MVP, 4,300 yards, 41 touchdowns, won the Super Bowl.
GOAT.
How many goats can we have here, gentlemen?
Well, we've got 3.
Out of 4?
Yep.
Okay.
Burrow maybe should have gone
Burrow
little
might have
rung
should have been
lower.
bumped
Yeah,
down.
one lower.
Okay.
but that doesn't mean we're
Can we move him now?
just
Yeah,
because
you already
we-
got him there.
Because we might have made a mistake with Burrow, we're not going to penalize other guys and keep them
Yeah.
out of the GOAT tier.
Good
Okay.
point. Good point.
All right, your next one, we got Tom Brady, 2001, 11-3 record, 2,800 yards, 18 touchdowns, 12 picks. Patriots won the Super Bowl, even though Drew Bledsoe did help them get there in the AFC Championship game against Pittsburgh.
I'm pretty sure that's the year Brady threw 1 touchdown in the entire postseason.
He did. He ran for 1, threw for 1. Drew Bledsoe came in after Tom got hurt in the AFC Championship game, and it was really a low-scoring
Damn,
defensive
so you can't give him
team.
everything.
But he did win the Super Bowl.
I think he goes solid.
I think it's solid. I mean, those are especially the 01 Super Bowl, but all 3, the 01, the 03, and the 04 Super Bowl were a lot more Belichick than Brady at the time. Like I think we just go solid.
Okay. 1984 Dan Marino, 14-2 record, lost in the Super Bowl, MVP, 5,100 yards and 84, with 48 touchdowns and 17 picks. I mean, for 84 to throw up those numbers is fucking insane.
That was his best year ever. I forgot
His
about
second
that.
year.
Throw him in the goat.
He's got to go.
Oh my!
We
What
really
are we
fucked
doing
up.
here, boys?
Well,
It doesn't matter. I mean,
we didn't understand how many good ones there were.
we have to go goat.
Yeah.
We can't put Joe Burrow in goat and him not.
I mean, this
Yeah.
list is all. This is a fuck tier.
If you put Burrow down one, it looks fine.
Okay. All right, next one. Peyton Manning, 1999, 13-3 record, MVP runner-up. Lost in the first round, though. 4,100 yards, 26 touchdowns, 15 picks.
Bottom of the barrel are solid.
Solid. Wait. What were his stats?
4,100 yards, 26 TDs, 15 picks.
I think for this we go bottom.
I agree.
The stats are on the lower end, and he lost in his first playoff game.
Yeah, and he was terrible the year before that.
Okay. Next one. This one will be good for the list here. Jared Goff, 2017, 11-4, lost in the wild card round, 3,800 yards, 28 touchdowns, 7 picks.
This was his revival year, but
Yeah,
I mean,
this is when McVay got into town,
Yep.
and all of a sudden it worked.
this was 1 year removed from Jeff Fisher. But I mean, for the quarterbacks on this list, I think he's bottom.
That is just fine with me.
All right, next one. Drake Maye this season. Obviously, he went 14 through regular season. Potential Super Bowl and potential MVP, both in question still.
What were his stats this year?
Pull it up. I think he had about 4,100 yards. Let me get that for you real quick. Drake Maye this season, 4,400 yards, 31 touchdowns, 8 picks passing.
He had a lot of rushing touchdowns.
He had some rushing as well.
Then we go almost.
Yeah, him and Burrow should both be in that
Yeah.
one.
Now, if he wins it, though, God, you'll have Burrow ahead of him.
Well,
even
if he wins it, I mean, he should be in the GOAT.
Yeah.
But he hadn't won it yet.
Okay. And then your last one is Russ in 2013, 13-3, won the Super Bowl, 3,800 yards, 27 touchdowns.
I think that's a very nice. I mean, he was fantastic that year. He won the Super Bowl. But that team was defense. It was the Legion of Boom.
I'm cool with that. He was carried by the defense.
Yeah.
All right. There's the tier list. Let's hop into some PTA awards now, huh?
Love it.
All right, last segment of the show, we got PTA Awards. Now, these are not your typical MVP, comeback player awards. These are made-up awards by us, the PTA boys here. And our first award is the LVP, the least valuable player. For my guy to win this award, I got Geno Smith. 2-13, led the league in turnovers and picks. Vegas, just an absolute dumpster fire. Sam Darnold as well, too, for me, like kind of like the story on this. Like for my LVP, I'm looking at a guy that's like kind of like a flipped from the MVP. His record was terrible. The stats were terrible. The team was terrible. And the fact as well that Sam Darnold replaced him and is now in the Super Bowl. Like, I don't know who had a worse season than Geno Smith. Like going into the year, like we were like Geno Smith, Sam Darnold is probably like kind of a debate still. We're like, we're not even sure if like Seattle should have got rid of Geno Smith, right?
There's
For
a lot
him-
of people that thought Geno
Yeah,
was
that was better. And
Sure.
for Geno to like fall on his face this hard in Vegas, even though the team's not that good, he's my LVP. A guy that went up high. You know, we thought he was nothing for a while, had some good seasons, and then now to just fall back on his face and just shit his pants. He's my LVP.
All right. I'm going to go with a different player, actually. Kind of surprising. He didn't really do much changing from last year to this year, but Deshaun Watson.
He didn't even play.
Exactly. And he takes up like $60 million a season on the cap.
It's more of a lose for the Browns than him.
Well, you know, he was the least valuable player, I think.
I understand the logic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
I'm just trying to go out of the box.
I got someone. I got a
who
name
do
to
you
throw
got?
in. It's J.J. McCarthy. If we're talking
Yeah.
about who is the least valuable to their team, right? The Vikings won 9 games with him, and he was horrific. If he was actually good, there wasn't a player that held his team back more than J.J. McCarthy this year. What would the Raiders be if they had a good quarterback? They'd have won 6 games.
What if they had
the
Deshaun
Vikings
Watson
had
instead?
Sam Darnold still? Or what if J.J. McCarthy was a top 12 quarterback, a top 15 quarterback? They'd probably be the 1 seed. Like, when we're talking about valuable to that team, who was the least valuable? Who made the biggest difference? I think it's JJ.
Yeah,
I think we named the 3 top.
I mean, I get that. I like looking at like the guy that like I looked when I made this award for Geno. I was like, okay, I'm gonna take the opposite stats of the MVP, and like for me, the big thing was record, obviously 2-13. Like, because I didn't want to pick a guy that like played limitedly. I wanted a guy that like played a good majority of the season. And that was just a dumpster fire. And like Geno, it was so. But I mean, JJ obviously fits the bill too, because I mean, going into the season, I mean, there was legit hype around JJ. Like, okay, Sam's gone now. We drafted this kid in the first round. Like, we got a good team. We got KOC. Like, we should be competitive. And hell, they were competitive. But yeah, by no means of the imagination was it because of him.
Right, like that's the thing. For me, this award, like when I think of MVP. It's like who elevated their team the most.
Like we thought the Raiders would be bad already. We thought the Vikings would be okay, but he made them bad.
You know what I think it is? I think my LVP is like the on paper one, and yours is like the gut one.
I'm using it as the inverse.
And I got the
you got the rape one.
I got the
You've got the practical one, the real practical.
Not the rape.
Yours is the math one. No, but like I'm thinking like the inverse of how I view MVP, who elevates the most, who held their team back the most.
Yeah.
That's why I'm going JJ.
I like it. All right, LVP's done. Now we got most overrated player this season. Mine goes to Lamar Jackson. Now, obviously, like I wanted to pick for this award a very big name, a guy that's in a lot of media, a lot of hype headlines. He went 3-5 this year, lost 2 games to Aaron Rodgers. If he had 2 chances to take the division and go to the playoffs and probably keep John Harbaugh his job. Didn't make it happen. I know the guy was hurt this year, but I don't care. You're a multi-time MVP. You're a face of the league. You're that guy. You got to make it happen sometime. And I think the reality is with Lamar Jackson, if he's not running, he's not that fucking good. And Lamar Jackson this year had 349 rush yards, and every season he's been effective. He's getting at least 700 rush yards. If Lamar Jackson is not going to be a factor on the ground, he's overrated, and he doesn't produce winning football, as we saw this year. And you could blame it on the injuries. You could blame it on Greg Roman. You can blame it on whoever the fuck you want. But if this guy's not moving and using his legs, he's not nearly the same quarterback that we know that's an MVP.
Okay. Regardless from the award, this general Lamar take, that's not true. The year before, he had 41 touchdowns through the air and 4 interceptions. He didn't run a whole lot the year before.
He had 800 rushing yards the year before.
He didn't run as much as he typically did. He did most of his damage the year before through the air. Like to say that he's frankly not that good when he's not running a lot. No.
I think Lamar Jackson's great, but I'm saying just overrated player. He can't win the playoffs. That's my I could have said some other player, but I wanted to pick a player that's like a guy that's looked at in the highest standard.
Where do you think he should be rated then? If you think he's overrated,
I think a lot of people at this point still think he's like arguably the best quarterback in the league, and I'm putting him at like 5 or 6.
I think he's pretty universally considered like the 2nd to 5th best quarterback. I don't think anybody thinks he's the best quarterback in the league. Maybe a few people. Well, I think that's right where he is.
In my mind, I think he's overrated. I'm done with it. And he can't win how much longer can the Lamar Jackson show go on?
I mean, how much longer can we can say that about a ton of quarterbacks.
Yeah.
Josh Allen, Justin Herbert.
Yeah, but Josh Allen hasn't got hurt. And Justin Herbert,
no, we're not talking about getting hurt.
Justin Herbert. No, but I'm saying Justin Herbert's not held to the standard Lamar is. Lamar is on a different level than Justin Herbert.
I know.
I'm just saying.
And that's
what I'm saying. Overrated is a guy that is like looked at as the best, and he's not the best. Justin Herbert, I understand saying it, but Justin Herbert and Lamar are not held on the same pedigree.
I get it.
They're not at all.
Who's your guy, Luke?
I'm still thinking. Shoot.
I got Justin Herbert. Everyone's trying to call him like a top 5 quarterback, and we saw in the playoffs this year that he just is not. He doesn't have that it factor. maybe Mike McDaniel can unlock something in him because he actually has a brain, unlike Tua. But he's just way
That's not
overrated.
Tua's fault.
He's got Madison Beer on his hip, which is really
Good
cool
for him.
and all. Yeah, great for him. I'm proud of him for that. But that doesn't mean he can spin the football like a lot of these other guys.
I think he's right up there too. And like when we talk about overrated, a lot of it comes down to, like I said with Lamar, like I said with Herbert, is playoff time. Because that's we get to a point where the regular season doesn't really fucking matter anymore. And Justin Herbert's right up there, man. The boy wonder, the flash, the glitz and glamour. Like I think we're all kind of done with it with Herbert. And it's like you got to show some grit and win a fucking playoff game before we can prestige you any further. So I like that award for him. I do.
I think for mine, if I'm going to go someone different, I'm going to go Aaron Rodgers for overrated.
Who the fuck was
this
rating Aaron
season.
Rodgers high this season?
There was a lot of people.
He's fucking 40.
Dude, there was a lot of people who were like, all right, Rodgers is here. This could
McCarthy
make
wants him
sense.
back.
It's an old team.
Who-
let's
who
see what
the-
they can
who
get
was
done.
saying that?
Bro, there was a moment in like week 8 where they were 6-2, and we were like, all right, maybe this can happen.
No, who was? I wasn't. Who was?
None
saying
of
that?
us.
I
They
saw
were
a lot of
saying
people
that.
say
Oh
that.
my
I'm
God.
just saying, anyone
Who?
like,
Anita Marks? I don't know.
I'm
who the
just
fuck
there was a
saying
lot
that.
of people halfway through the year were like, all right, maybe this Steelers team can be legit and do something. From the moment this trade
And
happened,
it wasn't because of Rodgers, though.
It was at the
reason
the
this
first
team could
half
do
of the
something?
year. Yes, that defense wasn't fantastic.
Dude, that Aaron Rodgers.
I think there were moments this year where people were really like, "Man, this team can actually do something." And
I don't think anyone really
going
thought
into
that.
this season, who the fuck thought Aaron Rodgers was going to be good? I don't.
there
think,
was a lot of people who thought that.
Oh my
No.
God, no.
Yes, there was.
That's a Patsy award there.
All right, well then we'll go with one of y'all's. Never mind.
I'm just saying, like, I don't think anyone like going into the season was like, "Oh, Aaron Rodgers is going to
Dude,
ball out for Pittsburgh."
halfway through the season, they were 6-2.
Yeah.
Rodgers was playing great. And everyone was like, "Oh, well, maybe there's something here." There was never anything there.
Yeah,
And
there
like
never
you're saying,
was.
we knew there was never anything there from the beginning of the season, but they hit that mid-season peak,
Yeah.
and then it was like,
Yeah, okay. I don't like that one. I'm sorry. All right. Most underrated player now. We're gonna flip the scales here. I got Jeffrey Simmons, and again, I know this guy is a big name. We all know him, but I think it's time that Jeffrey Simmons is looked at as literally one of the best defenders in the league and an all-time Hall of Fame potential guy. He washed away on the 3-14 Titans this season. He led all of defensive tackles and sacks with 11 by a pretty wide margin. The second-ranked guy had 8.5. And keep in mind, it's a Titans team that was down in pretty much every fucking game. So his pass rushing opportunities were somewhat limited. First team All-Pro. He's had 3 All-Pros now to this point. He's got 5 Pro Bowlers to date. He can do everything. And I think at this point, he's surpassed Chris Jones. He's the best defensive tackle in football. And I know, again, like I'm saying, he's a guy that we all know, and we all know he's really good. But I think he's a guy that, like, the media, I've never seen one media coverage, one ESPN, one big show talk about him, literally ever. And I think it's time we give Jeffrey Simmons his flowers and say this guy is an all-time one of the best players in the world. Because I don't see anyone talking about him really ever because he's on the Titans. And I just wanted to give this award for me was giving a shout out to him because he is insanely good.
I like that one. I'm going to throw out Danielle Hunter. Danielle Hunter, when you talk about the Texans defense,
That was my guy.
he's like the third person that gets mentioned. Will Anderson's first, and probably Derek Stingley's second. Danielle Hunter, he's the second in sacks this year with 15. He didn't even make first team All-Pro, which is insane. This guy has consistently throughout his entire career put up 10-plus sacks, 10-plus sacks, 10-plus sacks. This year, he was the sack leader on probably the best defense in football, and the guy couldn't even make first-team All-Pro. He's one of the best DNs in the league. He's been one of the best DNs in the league for the better part of a half-decade. And it's time people start giving him some flowers and putting him up there with the Myles Garretts, the TJ Watts, the Max Crosbys, the Micah Parsons, all these other guys that their PR is so good. Danielle Hunter belongs up there.
Yeah.
I think he's one of the most underrated players in the league. I'm nominating him for this one.
I like that. I like it a lot more than Aaron Rodgers.
Clearly.
Yeah, my guy was also Daniel Hunter, but I'll just go different, something way different than y'all. I'll say Brock Purdy. Brock Purdy
like
was
that one.
really good this year, and because he missed a lot of the year, which, I mean, you can complain about any which way you want. But when he was out on the field, he was incredible. He was playing with scraps half the time, and, I mean, him and McCaffrey got the shit done. Like, they didn't punt the ball for a whole month, and he was an awesome player to watch.
All right, we got
I
the
like Purdy for that.
breakout player. For mine, I'm going with Javonte Williams. Cowboys picked him up, $3 million deal. They signed him. Everyone was like, okay, what is this supposed to be? This who cares, right? And what he did, like, honestly, the engine of the offense. Like, I know Dak was great. Pickens, CD wasn't great, but the passing attack was great. But what Javonte did on a small deal, a guy that blossomed early on in Denver, shredded his knee, everyone counted him out, signed on a tiny deal. Dude, if you talk about, like, he's a complete running back. You talk about between the tackles, elusiveness, pass catching, breaking tackles. I mean, that guy can fucking run the football down your throat, and you're not going to like it one bit. I mean, and when I look at breakout, I'm thinking of, like, guys that obviously you're not thinking of much going into this season. I think all of us in fantasy football can attend to this. People were picking, and in our draft, Jadon Blue was picked ahead of Javonte Williams. Like, a guy that no one saw this coming, and he's my breakout guy of the year.
I like that one.
I got a couple different guys.
There's a lot of ways to go here.
Yeah. Like, you want me to just list off a couple? So, like, yeah. I like Tyler Shuck. I like Jackson Smith and Jigba. I like Colson Loveland. I think those are three guys that broke out of nowhere. I mean, freaking Tucker Kraft, while he was playing for a little bit, was a breakout. But I'm going to go JSN.
That's where I was going to go.
Yeah, because he, like, you know, he's been a good receiver, but he kind of is what we thought he was going to be after he had like 500 yards in the Rose Bowl his freshman year at Ohio State. He's finally back to that pure full health. He's just like literally the quickest receiver in the league. He has insane hands, huge IQ. He's still fast. I mean, he's going to win Offensive Player of the Year, and that was out of freaking nowhere. You could even go Darnold was last year, and then Darnold helped him break out this year, which is cool too.
I'm going two quarterbacks in their second years. I think you can go either of them. I'm going to throw them both out. It's Maye. I think it's Maye and Caleb Williams.
Nice.
Both came into this season with a ton of question marks. We had no idea whether these guys were going to pop or not. Maye has obviously exploded onto the scene. And what Caleb Williams has done the second half of the year and what he did in the postseason, I think they've both broken out as borderline. I mean, Caleb is a borderline top 10 guy, and Maye is a borderline top 5 guy. Like, where these guys were in the preseason and training camp, how the discourse around them to where it is now. We're talking about Drake Maye as, you know, potentially launching a new Patriots dynasty. We're talking about Caleb Williams potentially being the best quarterback in the NFC now, as early as next season maybe if Stafford retires. Like, these guys from where they were to where they've come, I think they should be nominated equally for this award given how well they played this year and the discourse around them before the year.
Yeah, there was a lot of great breakout players this year. That shows. I mean, there was like fucking 5 new playoff teams.
Rico
right?
Dowdle?
Yeah, I like it.
Rico's out there. There's a lot of guys.
We got a lot of awards on this list. We're going to save some for next week, too. So we're going to do a couple more, though. This next one, Contract of the Year. And now, for Contract of the Year, obviously we're not going to count rookie deals. I got a few guys here I wrote down. I want to hear y'all's just thoughts on them, okay? Danny Dimes, $14 million this year. Sam Darnold, $33 million.
That's
easy.
Javonte, $3 million.
Yep.
Rico Dowdle, $2.75 million. Rasul Douglas, $3 million. 3rd ranked in coverage according to PFF. 4th ranked WAR among all cornerbacks in the NFL. And Nate Landman signed a $1.1 million deal with the Rams going into the season. He got extended recently, but he was the 18th graded linebacker according to PFF.
I think you got to go Darnold and Landman.
I think Darnold's the clear choice. I mean, at the quarterback position, the premium you typically have to pay to have a top tier guy to get him for the price they did and for the production that he's put out. I don't know how you can say there's a better contract out there than what the production they're getting from the quarterback spot for $33 million.
Yeah. Rico Dowdle though, $275.
Yeah, Rico was the engine.
He was the engine of a playoff team.
I mean, it's
not every game though.
Playoff
yeah,
team,
hey, you like that playoff team?
I do. For the Carolina Panthers fans, I love that playoff team. Great year.
And also, I'm gonna Danny Dimes for what he did. I know he got hurt.
That's
but,
a big what if. That's a huge
He
what if.
was balling the fuck out.
Yeah.
And then and a special shout, Rasul Douglas. I wasn't even aware of this until I looked it up. But that guy balled the fuck out. They got him for next to nothing.
How about Mac Jones?
Mac Jones.
Mac Jones saved the Niners season.
Yep.
I mean, he played 8 games and played awesome. That's got to be a contract.
We're about to
of the
get
year.
to Mac Jones here in 1 second.
Yeah.
But the next award, shittiest player / coach. Now,
Luke Schoonmaker.
I got a few guys here. So
Kenneth Murray.
I got Dylan Gabriel as one. He was the worst graded PFF quarterback in the league. The guy can't throw the ball more than 10 yards on the field. He's like 5'11". He can barely move. And then the second one I have is gonna shock y'all a little bit, but Alvin Kamara.
He was bad.
Alvin Kamara was the worst graded qualifying running back in the league according to PFF. He averaged 3.6 yards per attempt, the 4th worst in the NFL. He averaged 1.4 yards after contact, the worst with running backs over 100 carries. And he had one of the worst elusive ratings in the NFL. And we saw guys like Kendre Miller and Devin Neal step in and be far more efficient. And obviously, when I was picking my shittiest player of the year, you could obviously pick some fucking backup nose tackle on the Raiders, but I wanted to pick a guy that was kind of a name that we know. And I think for a name we know, I don't know who had worse of a year than Alvin Kamara. Like, talk about falling off a cliff. This guy was going in like the 4th round in fantasy drafts. A lot of us thought he could potentially be an RB1 in fantasy. And for him to come out and just have an absolute stinker, no juice left in the tank. I mean, even the receiving, he still can catch balls, but like, this guy fell off a fucking cliff, man.
How about Marvin Harrison Jr.?
I was just about to say.
Or Brian Thomas Jr. Yeah, they
I think both
sucked.
of those can be out there,
They
too.
were both terrible this year. I had both of them in fantasy. They were an eyesore to watch and to have on my roster. They were both so terrible. Marvin Harrison dropped like every meaningful pass that went to him. Like wide open. It was abysmal.
I think also for coach, we got to throw out Pete Carroll.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, like that.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, that's got to be a clear him or Aaron Glenn. I don't know how
both
Aaron
of
Glenn
them.
still has a job. God bless.
I don't
the
know how
Jets,
I
but-
thought they hired him to cut him, so I don't even know.
I did too. I don't know why he's still their coach, but I mean, if we're gonna lump coaches in here, we got to give a shout out to old Pete and,
Dude,
and
what-
Aaron Glenn. That was horrible.
What a nursing home he was running over there.
It was
My
just
God.
horrific. I mean, literally. I mean, Geno. I think we can talk. When we can throw Geno out as arguably the worst player this year. Geno was horrific.
Their whole O-line.
Yeah, I mean, we can go just position by position on the Raiders almost.
And the Jets, yeah. But anyone on those teams.
Yeah, how about
just
Justin Fields?
Terrible.
Justin Fields was horrific.
Yeah. All right, and last award, last segment of the show today, we have backup QB of the year.
Oh, wow.
For me, I went with Davis Mills. He went 4-1 when he started to beat the Jags, the Bills, and the Colts. 3 big-time games. He threw 915 yards, 5 touchdowns, 1 interception. The Houston Texans do not make the playoffs without Davis Mills. Davis Mills played better than C.J. Stroud, and there's real questions in the playoff game against New England is, are they going to bring Davis Mills in the game? And hell, who fucking knows? If they brought him in, they might have won the game. And
They should have.
for what he did in that 5-game sample size, I know Mac Jones really performed well. And then also shout out our guy, Jacoby Brisket, for technically being a backup, then coming in and statistically putting up good numbers. But for me, I think the most meaningful impact was Davis Mills and what he did for the Houston Texans.
He started 5 games?
He went 4-1.
Wow, I didn't know he played that much. I thought he played like 3.
Yeah, he went 4-1.
Phillip Rivers.
I think Mac's probably the choice here. He played fantastic, and I think he played 8, and I think he was 5-3. Another name I'd want to throw out is Malik Willis. He didn't play a whole lot, but when Malik Willis was in, he was fantastic. This was the year of the backup quarterback.
Yep.
So many backups came in
Flacco.
and balled out.
Flacco, Shuck, and Dart didn't start the year. I mean, Kirk,
Yeah, I guess if you
Cousins,
count-
Mariota, Rattler, Sanders, Wentz.
Sanders had that 350-yard
Oh, how about
game.
Jacoby Brisket? He wasn't bad this year.
Yeah,
He-
we said him.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He
interesting
kind of
year.
became the starter.
Yeah.
Yeah, he
Tyler
did.
became the backup.
All right. Well, any other last touches here? We good?
No, just Seattle's gonna win the Super Bowl.
All right.
Yep.
Y'all heard it, Airheads. PTA Episode 4. Tune in for 5 next week.
That's
Yes,
right.
sir.
Boom.